Last time on the Empire's Edge.
Steel Cloud became something of a fractured organization. Steel Cloud is working to preserve what used to be Barabbas.
How did you keep that in just now? Every time I roll a natural 20, I think I pee a little.
Our own intel tells us that the Rhazia Wizards are on the verge of making some major move against Baron Fleetwood's authority, Jacob Treadstone. We want you to join Steel Cloud and be part of our world.
I put out my hand and I say, I will join you. I will join the Steel Cloud.
We have a contest to win tomorrow.
As I recall, you two have a contest to lose tomorrow.
Natural 20. Oh my god!
On behalf of the Rhazia Wizards, we present this heartstring to Bolt. I appreciate this, and thank you so much, but I already have one, and I would much prefer that my worthy opponent has this heartstring instead. As other people move away, you can see that Indanur walks over to you, and as she gets close, has a mug that is close to all of you, and says, I have intel from the interrogation. There's things we've got to talk about. So you're there at the edge of the pavilion. The competition is over. You are all hobnobbing. Indanur just said, we found some information. When can we talk?
Did it seem like she's ready to talk now kind of a we need to talk, or?
Now would be a great time.
Now works for me.
That'd be the best.
All right, so...
Do you think you can get away, or you think people are going to be too busy congratulating you?
That's actually a very valid question. Are there people that want to buy me drinks? And
Well, it looks as though that all around the pavilion area, places have like de-evolved into their own little party group, so it's less a whole celebration around the entire pavilion. But if you start moving through areas, both you and Bolt, they're definitely going to want to draw you into it.
that was my other question. Does it seem like Jan Sigurd and Bolt are going to come with us, or are they going to go their own way?
Jan Sigurd and Bolt are the same person.
Sorry. Silk and Bolt.
Yeah. No.
Bolt of Silk?
Yeah.
It
Silk and-
looks like they're going to go with you.
Oh, okay. They
Yes,
are going to
be
go with us.
all of you together.
Yeah,
Okay.
If Indanur tries to stop them, no, they're with us.
Yeah, well, nobody's moved yet, so...
Well, yeah, we agreed that now would be the time.
Yeah, so we'll start moving, and we'll just be prepared if people do approach us. We'll be able to say this like, oh, thank you so much. I'm staying at blah 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 such and such. Party there tonight, kind of thing.
All right, wow, so I guess...
Don't send them back to the
No,
Roth
we're not
House.
saying
No.
Rothhouse.
If you told them-
pick
To inns around the...
Yeah.
Not
Rothhouse and not Urn and Skillet. One of the
Yeah.
ones that isn't one of those two.
yeah, random inns and bars.
I want
Right,
to
so-
say the one that we made in our other Friday game, but that's not the right name.
All right, so you are sending people away, and it looks like Indanur is leading you guys back toward the same place where you had a meeting out next to where all the cages and the fairway is for the big cats. Like, for some reason, that seems safest, but probably to the three of you, it's like, are you sure you want to lead us back?
I
to
didn't take
this
any
area
damage
again?
in that fight. I'm fine.
Lightning never strikes the same place twice.
Unless Zelen makes it.
So she does have to clear some people out, and there are roustabouts moving around. But once she has secured the area, and all of you are, I guess, presumably, she sits down by the fire. Everyone's
will as
grabbing
well.
a box or a pail or
Yeah.
something, and you're pulling up too.
Dump.
And she says, all right,
Just drag a stump over.
the first thing, we should be able to look into his mind to see what he's thinking, what he's saying. We have other means than just torture to interrogate this person. But he has a very disciplined mind. I would say he's been trained to resist this sort of situation as though they anticipated it could happen. That when we were trying to probe into his mind, all that we're getting was the image of a cat stalking prey. That is the self-image, that he's more like a big cat, a predator cat stalking. And that when we try to dig a little deeper, everything was like jaguars and lions or tigers eating whatever their kill was. That he's so trained for it that that's what his knee-jerk reaction is. But it did slip images of Rhazia Wizards, as though he's looking at Rhazia Wizards. It was confusing, as though sometimes he was a big cat talking to other big cats, and sometimes that he was a person talking to a person who is dressed and looks like a Rhazia Wizard. So it seems very, very clear that he is one of them.
It's good to have that confirmation, at least.
Did you get a name?
No, we had no name from him. Actually, the name that came up most typically in the interrogation was Miles Fleetwood. We believe that their attack is imminent, and it could be later today, it could be tomorrow. It is on the verge of happening. And that's his only point of anxiety, is that, well, honestly, we are not neutralized. Maybe that I am not neutralized as this attack is about to start.
We do have a thought that we believe their attack will probably be happening tomorrow. The melee menagerie is what we've been hearing lots of talk about, and that's our main concern, is that that might be their moment, or at least our moment, what we might use as a distraction to go for them. The fact that they might be planning something around the same time, it fits, it tracks, but we're hoping that they might be just distracted enough during this event that we'll be able to make our move then.
Too preoccupied with arranging an accident for Baron Fleetwood.
The
Yes.
melee menagerie is a very typical time when most of the Rhazia Wizards are down here at the pavilion, that they're participating in summoning various kinds of animals and monsters.
Why we chose it for our strike, yeah.
And that makes sense. Then if they're going to do something, though, Miles Fleetwood, either he must be informed, but then that could tip the hand of everybody that's working with you, or at least that he's increasing his guard or he's more wary.
I think we've got to warn him.
No. He's as much the lure as anything else. If he's aware, he will respond, which will then force a reaction and spoil our opportunity.
It does make it harder for us to do our job because he's going to try and react accordingly. Not knowing he's in danger is the safest place for him now.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to him levering a larger guard so they respond with assassins instead of open maneuvering.
You don't want him to know that when we're going to strike?
No.
So that he strikes too?
I don't want him to know anything.
We already don't trust some people within his own council. There could be moles anywhere. Him knowing he could tell someone he trusts, and that was the wrong person.
And even then, if his troops are in disarray as well as the Rhazia forces, that only goes to reinforce this is an outside party, not someone he's working with.
Honestly, you can imagine at that moment when all this happens, whoever seems most organized in their own pavilion
Will be devastated.
is the most likely suspected by the others. It's like all the Zrek are like just kind of laying pat, and they're like, hey, everybody turns their attention toward that. The
Two
only,
birds, one fireball. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the only other points that we have was that we were getting the impression that he was much, much older than we were thinking. This man, this were-tiger, this tiger man, whatever he is, or jaguar man rather, that whatever he is, that he seems older than just a typical person. And there was something else. It was almost like he was making a chant or started some kind of an incantation, but then it floundered and stopped. And I've heard things like this before, but well to the south. But it's the kind of incantations, the chants that druids use. We think he might have at one time actually been a druid.
Huh. Wonder if he started as a man and was changed or changed himself.
Do we think like brainwashing? Like they took this man and they've turned him in their own agent? Like he could be could be someone else's consciousness hiding in the same body?
Yeah,
Or-
that's difficult to say. That what his motives are, what his origin is, but it could go back even 50, 80, 100 years. I have no idea.
Whoa.
But there's something very old involving this person.
Is he afraid? Is he afraid of the wizards because he failed his mission? Can you tell?
No, he actually didn't seem afraid of anything at all.
Where is he now?
In a secure location,
Still alive?
still alive. So not all of that was gained through magical means. Some of that was less magical in how we got the information. But that's all I needed to report to you.
Thank you for the update.
And then she nods, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you wish.
Thank you.
And then she moves off.
Do we need to talk timing with her?
Yeah, actually, and arrangement where Reed will meet with the Umber Hulks.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you want them to be? I have 2 teams of 2 ready for your disposal.
We'll need one team striking under the minaret at Veda Library to pull that down. Ideally, would be at as close to noon as possible. I'm Reed. Is Reed there?
Yeah, he's still
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Reed, how quickly can you move through passages, ideally outside the city, into and under the Veda Library?
There is a way in that could easily take something as large as an Umber Hulk that is on the western side of the city. And from that point outside of the city, if we met there early enough in the day, so not to raise suspicion, say pre-dawn, we could be up in position underneath the Veda Library in about an hour.
Okay.
But then moving from the Veda Library to the Rhazia Tower, that'd be quick. Like 10, 15 minutes we could
Okay.
be there.
Stay in the mouth of that tunnel, out of sight, until the hour before noon. Then move and strike once you're in position, and take the team from there to the remainder of the team from there to Rhazia Tower. We'll send messages as best we can. Zelen, we'd need you to have the sending or message or whatever spell it was that you sent to my troops
Say we need some
on
way
hand,
of doing.
so that way we can communicate that they're clear and can pull the tower.
Okay, I'll have to prepare that tonight. And what about Bolt? Is Bolt a part of our strike team using one of our tokens to get in?
I'd promised Nur that she'd have 3 of her people on team. Inda, if you're willing to, if you're willing to withdraw one, Jansiger, you'd be welcome to take part. But I'd also be glad to have you and the rest of your forces moving around in the city to cause mayhem.
I'd rather be on the outside. I would do better in an open area, and to instill whatever confusion I can at various points of the city. I think it'd be a better placement strategically of my skills.
Good hunting.
And then Larkin Silk says the same, that the force, he's splitting into a number of teams to move into the city to attack specific places that are not necessarily Rhazia Wizard strongholds, but Rhazia Wizard focus points.
Yeah.
And Inda,
Johann
you've
Street archers.
Yeah, right. Inda, you've got your picked people?
I do.
Good.
Then we're set. And best of luck to all of us.
All right. Those of us striking will convene at, and I'd name some common place we could all reasonably meet that's in the vicinity to that end of town.
So a place that's like under roof, or a place that would be, because a place that most people would look for you would be in Garnsdale Park, near the actual Druid Circle.
Yeah, I was thinking Garnsdale Park as a possible, or some like gathering place of people, like an inn or a tavern or bar, something to that end where people come and go all the time. But I wouldn't necessitate an indoor versus outdoor venue. I don't care.
Yeah. So as you're
it's a
asking
gathering
for
place
that,
to not be suspicious. Is my
Right.
point.
Mr. Sage, that is Beckett Reed, says that most places in that northern part of or that southern part of the city, the higher elevations, we would draw attention even being there because they're most frequented by people that are living in those quarters. But to be in proximity to the tower itself, Garnsdale Park would be the best, because even though people can stroll through the park, my actual circle is off the beaten track by just enough that people probably wouldn't see us there.
Then Garnsdale Park is our meeting point.
Perfect. All right. So then they move off, and they're going to head to their own party location.
Yeah, and we should probably head back to Roth House and make sure we're all prepped.
Yeah.
All right. So you do that. You head back to Roth House, and it's the same exchange. The one of the boys brings the horses. The other one's back as a runner.
That reminds me, actually, one thing before Reed goes. Reed, if you're working with my crew, my runners, I'd appreciate if you make sure that they're paid for information.
Oh, they're very taken care of, not monetarily. When it comes to food, a place to live, support, there's a number of things. They're not actually paupers.
Fair enough.
They were thrown into your path particularly.
Fair enough.
We had our suspicions, yeah.
I know you trust him, Zelen, but I don't.
I meant to before we went to sleep last night. I know we had to have had some sort of an interaction with Carl Woodvane.
Yeah.
What's his demeanor towards us now? I imagine there's got to be some difference, right?
Well,
or is he still
was
keeping
he
up appearance?
told?
Yeah.
Right. Well, so when you get back to Roth House,
we did last night after the meeting.
Yeah,
I'm
before
wondering, like,
today's competition.
retconning, like,
Right.
did anything happen last night? Where we're going back there now, but just curious.
He says, "Welcome to Roth House," as he often does. The house missed you while you were gone. And then as he is like kind of escorting each of you to your own location or asking if you need a particular something to eat and all these things he does all the time.
Hydra Dominatus.
He says again, but this time just to you, Jacob, he says, "Welcome, welcome." And that's all that's different in him is he said, "Welcome to you" twice. So the other one must mean welcome to Steel Cloud.
Gotcha. Okay. I was curious if there's any sort of a
Still
a
plays his
nod from-
cards really, really close to his chest.
which is good.
Which is smart considering.
Makes for a good butler.
So tonight, I'm going to cast the spell Find Familiar, so that we have just one more potential something in our hand.
So it's probably like late in the afternoon, really. So you guys have a lot of time you can get
Yeah,
stuff right if
we're
you want
unwinding. I'm taking an inventory of my gear, all that jazz, making sure everything's
All right.
clean and good.
I'm playing with my new bow string thing, whatever.
to. Jacob's heartstring bow. It's an attunement item. This is how it works. So it is made from the strands of a stone giant heart. It is the string itself is +1, making it a +1 bow. That it has 8 charges per long rest, and that when you spend a charge, you can do one of the following functions. You can either add an additional +1 to its to hit and damage, and you can do that after the die rolled. So if you missed it by 1, you can tack that onto it.
Okay.
And do that additionally. But it is just a max of 1.
Okay, you only can do it once. So it's not like I say, it's like, I'm going to spend all 8 charges for a +8.
Yeah.
Making that a natural 20.
Hit really hard. Or the last, or he could also spend a charge to increase the damage die that the arrow does. So if it's a D6, it goes to 8, etc. And he could never use more than 2 charges at a time. And if we decide that's overpowered, we'll rework that later.
Naturally. We trust you guys to let us know.
But that's how the heartstring bow works.
Awesome.
And did I already say it? 8 charges per long rest.
8 charges per long rest. Cool. And I'm imagining, well, I'm going to get a long rest before tomorrow anyway.
Right, yeah.
And it's attunement, so you just
probably using it for
fall
an
I'm just
asleep,
sleeping
you
with it
fall
on my
asleep holding
chest.
it.
Well, you're probably just like training with it on the
Probably,
bow.
yeah.
Well, from the time
Having Carl have an apple on his head. Don't worry, I only rolled 112.
yeah, thunk, 6 inches off. That from the time that you actually had
Big
the
apple.
heartstring installed to your bow to getting back to Roth House, it's probably already been an hour.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Everywhere you've gone, you've like been like never setting it down. You never like, well, here, Tim, hang on to that and take it on ahead with. No.
I just get to the point where I just feel like, I feel like I can do a lot of things with this bow. As a matter of fact, I think I might. Power! I feel like I'm at a +1 to hit and damage. And a matter of fact, I feel 8 cavities within me that are filled with energy that I can spend per long rest.
And
Gross.
I pick out some street person who is non-essential to the.
Hey, NPC, yes, go!
Hey, it worked really well. They blow up or something. All right, but so you're back there. You said you're getting your gear ready.
Reviewing my gear.
Up in your room, or are you downstairs in the parlor? You guys had sort of claimed and smoking a pipe and just working on gear.
One, I'd definitely be smoking a pipe. 2, I'd probably need a larger surface to make sure armor is good, sword is good, etc. Hammer too on.
All right, yeah. So you're spreading out
I
one
guess in
side
the
of the
parlor,
parlor.
I guess.
Yeah. And Jacob, you're doing what? Where?
Shooting
I
arrows
am
at
with your
Carl.
bow.
Apparently.
Say, yeah. They're really.
Out in the front hall.
I don't think there's anywhere to fire arrows inside, and I don't think I'd be firing them outside. That would
Well,
make
you could
just
certainly
a whole bunch
fire
of-
them inside. It's
Your
just
mom
that
would just beat you for it.
it's a little hard on the bric-a-brac.
I'm more than likely just tending to my arrows themselves, knowing now that
tending your own gear. Yeah.
yeah, like just really making sure that I have as many arrows ready to go as possible, which I don't think I actually have any additional. Yeah, no. Oh, I know. I can make one more. I have 5 feathers, so I can make one more owl arrow.
Okay, so
So
are you
if I-
working up in your room, or are you down in the parlor where Boris is spreading out? Are you down there too as you're talking gear and organization and
The
plans?
fact
and
that you're
whatnot?
asking makes me think something's going to happen if we're not together. But I'll probably be up in my room.
Okay. And Zelen, what are you doing?
The one thing I'd like to ask Carl if he knows the closest location to access the underground area of the city. What's the fastest way between the Roth House to get into the underground city?
It would be 3 streets to our north. There used to be an access here in Roth House, but it was deemed too dangerous, and it was sealed. So 3 streets away, minutes away.
3 streets away. And is it in a house or is it?
It is. It's in a house.
Is he referencing the house we used off of Spring Street?
No, he would be referencing one that he would think is a safer place to go down.
So how close were we with the one that we came up through the Strom house? Because I thought we were
Really
reasonably
nearby.
Really close too. Yeah, it's also nearby.
But the closest one that they control is 3 streets to the north.
Well, that they deem as safe.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, makes sense.
Control's a bit grandiose.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to have him describe that until I know that I could get us back there.
Okay, that wouldn't take much time.
Yeah.
We've been in the
Yeah.
city for a little while now, and you're getting a good handle on the area.
And you're practically a native.
That's right. You're
Right.
Just
almost
start wandering as if by magical compulsions.
right.
every
She
now
finds
and
all the corners of buildings that she carved her name into as a little kid. Oh,
I think I was leading us
Bit
somewhere.
the drywall off the side of him. Okay, and so then this evening I'm going to do the Find Familiar.
Okay,
spell.
so once you're back and you ask Carl those questions and he tells you, how soon after that do you start?
Oh, I am going to share that information with Boris just in case something happens to me. There's somebody else.
And Jacob, because he's in the room at the time. Or no, you're in your room.
You're in
I'm
his
a
room.
loner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, just in case.
So,
Just explain it to us like, hey, by the way, don't shoot this owl.
so tell us about the Find Familiar spell. I've not yet had a
So it takes
wizardy
an
character.
hour.
Okay.
And then there's a choice of the different familiars that you can choose from. I'm going to choose a hawk. It can act independently, but it always obeys my commands. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn.
Okay.
It says a familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions.
Yeah. It can hurt you in other ways.
All right.
Session this week's
And so
canceled.
do we need to, do I roll anything or is it,
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's
You
you're picking. You'd roll
Yeah.
whatever hit points.
So I chose a hawk.
Is it a Fey or a Celestial? I'm betting you're not going with Fee.
Is it a holy hawk or an unholy hawk?
It's a holy hawk.
Holy hawk.
Or
holy hawk?
is it a nature spirit?
I'm going to call a fey hawk.
Okay, so then you'll probably have that done sometime around like
It takes an hour.
dinner time-ish, supper time.
It's dinner time.
Yeah, and so you have meal. So you guys come down, you eat, and then you're back to like
And
working
don't
on
drink
your.
whatever they're serving.
So you would have that occasion to tell the rest of Jacob and
Right, introduce
and
them.
Boris
Mhm.
that you have this familiar now that you've summoned this.
Lucky.
And there is no,
Do you have a name for it? What's its name?
I don't know.
but that don't be surprised, don't be startled. This is a
Right.
thing right now. Okay,
Hawkicus.
You were up there with it for an hour. You don't have a name for it? Come on.
and that you're all heading back in your own separate directions again.
I did honestly think of because it's a fey hawk.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should do that.
Let's play
I
out
am
with fire.
totally on board with it. I'm not cutting this out. Where's this all staying in? Be careful what you say.
No, the amount of shit I get when I swear, I don't think we should call it fuck.
Oh, it's so great. I just we're bleeping out yeah, I'm gonna call it beep.
No.
Thunder Cougar Falconbird.
You guys finish dinner. You have dinner. You go back to finishing organizing your gear. What else do you guys want to
I'm
do?
gonna want to update my soldiers of the urn and skillet with what the plan is.
Okay.
So it's what, maybe 7 p.m.
Yeah, probably a little earlier. It's probably like a little after 6. It's not that late at all.
Okay.
Do you
yeah.
want to use the sending spell?
No, I'd rather go in person in case they have questions, and that way I can address the bunch of them rather than just one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get all my gear on and head down in.
Are any of us coming with you?
You're welcome to.
I mean, I don't know that we should separate.
Yeah, makes most sense.
Yeah. So
Probably grab my arrows
Gear
that I
up,
made,
head out in
gear
10
back up.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys you're just, I guess you're each I guess Boris, you're in the parlor still because that's how your gear
yeah, that's
was
where my
laid
stuff
out.
is. Yeah.
And Zell and Jacob, you're both upstairs. And it's right about that time of the evening when most typically you guys have, when you're able to in this city, you relax for a bit. You get to Roth House and you do feel, very safe there that you can just kick back, your armor's off, your weapon's over there, and you can relax for a little bit. So it is what's typically a quiet time for all of you. That as you're each in those locations, make sure that, Zellen, you're up in your room. Jacob, you just finished putting your gear on. Boris, you've just finished putting your gear on.
Well, we're gathering in the parlor because we're all going to be going.
Yeah, but before you've actually even gathered there, you've just finished putting your gear on, that there is the sound of of a statue being pushed over out in the main hallway, and somebody else. There's a scream right out there in Roth House, in the main foyer area.
Right on the other side of that wall.
Yeah,
right over there.
to my immediate right.
Did we?
Go ahead.
Are the
Mike.
doors
Did we
closed?
hear did we hear the doors crash in or?
No, it's just like somebody knocked a statue over, but honestly, nothing could just
Yeah.
easily push that over.
We go in.
Moving to
And then-
C.
Yeah.
I'm going to take an action to activate Sacred Weapon.
And
I meld into the drywall and pop out on the other side.
Yeah.
My armor lets me do that, right?
It was only made into a tree. That's right. It's a series of massive log cabins that makes Roth House. That I
I
guess,
know what you're building later.
Right?
Boris, you're down there on that level. As far as I can tell, Zelen and Jacob, you guys are going to be coming out of your
Glowy
doors.
sword in
Right.
hand.
And you're
Yeah,
up on the upper landing,
I'm
like looking
tense.
down into this area.
Yeah.
And as you open that from above, what you two see, Boris on that level, what you see there are, in addition to 2 people, or just servants and the Rothaus staff, that there are 4 huge creatures in this
4?
area.
Huge.
2 of them.
Huge like massive or huge like game
The
term
category.
huge?
They're definitely definitely in the large category.
Okay.
That
Still bad.
Yeah, still
not,
bad.
Not quite
I mean,
as.
yes, I was 1, terrified, but 2, also, I really do not understand how big Rothaus is if 4 huge creatures can fit in the foyer.
that the whole thing just like breaks out. That 2 of them look
Roth
like
TARDIS.
if you could turn a centaur into some demonic looking thing, that's what it looks like. Kind of a
Yikes.
demon centaur. And the other
But it
2,
has things that are good for holding arrows, like skin.
yes, yeah, it's not just bones, it's definitely flesh.
Got meat. You
And
can
the
stab
other
it.
2 looks like some kind of a bipedal bird like thing, arms, beak, wings, massive. And
Would
it's
I
actually
say vulture like?
vulture like. It looks as much to swing at whatever's nearest to him, but all the servants have run off from that area, so no one's there. What it's keying on now is that it hears movement upstairs, and it looks like the 4 of them all look to each other. Do an insight in that moment as you're just seeing this from above or seeing it from
Nice. Natural 20 for a 23.
Mine's a 6, but it landed upside down, so it looks like a 9.
25.
So 2 of you get just this flash insight that you think that even though it's completely quiet, they're all talking to each other, that they're like forming a plan.
Eerie.
All right, so
From up on the balcony, secrets are no fun.
So go ahead and roll a nit so we know where we are in
All
whatever
right.
you guys are trying to do right now.
I thought I was getting the bad rolls out early. Best to get a natural 1 on the initiative, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. 7. With
6.
Natural 4.
My bird rolled a 12. I rolled a 3.
But what's your dex adjustment?
3, so I got a 6.
Oh,
My bird
okay.
got a 12.
All right, so
hey, I rolled a 6 too.
Well, my
What's-
bird probably has an adjustment
I
too,
bet
right?
Burr probably has dexterity.
What's your dex bonus?
3.
Okay, yeah. So you're going first at.
I rolled a 3 plus
she's
3
going-
is a 6.
You got a 7.
7. Yeah, no.
You got a 7. I got a 6. My plus is higher, so I go second.
Now, the bird has a dexterity of 16 plus 3.
Yeah, so
Does that
it
mean-
actually rolled a 15.
Yeah.
So the bird actually got a 15.
Right.
Nice. Okay. We are almost ready to attack. Just give us a few seconds, and we'll be good. Just let me finish eating this croissant. Finish putting the last touches on my bow.
all right, then the 2 that are winged, immediately they swoop their wings up to give them lift, and they are vaulting themselves up into the area that is adjacent to where that balcony is.
I don't suppose they're within reach of me, are they?
No, they're not anywhere close to you in the main foyer.
Darn.
Remember how big this foyer is?
Yeah, right. It's like a
4
mile
huge
across.
Yeah. It's really, really huge. And
I'll taxi to get to the kitchen.
let's see. I think that they would use their screech right now just to try to make this happen fast. This would be your doors one to the other. You're not close enough to each other. So, Jacob, roll a save.
Okay.
Let's see, it's a DC 14 Constitution save.
I don't suppose they're within 10
Oh.
feet of me, are they?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
That is a 17.
You make it.
Never mind.
And so you avoid being stunned. Let me make sure
Oh.
there's no secondary.
Glad I made it.
Yeah, right.
There's
That's
no
important.
secondary to it. No, this screech, and with that, I mean, it's like the whole household's aware of it. They might even be aware of it outside at this point too. Zelen, the other one, is also aloft and is screeching in your direction from its hovering point. So again, making a Constitution save.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 14 was the DC, and you rolled
Okay.
that naturally.
So you're -1. Oh.
So plus 3 is 17.
Oh, yeah.
So you both made that screech. You're not being stunned by it. On the ground, though, because these things have rolled, well, it's not difficult to say, they knitted better than all of you.
Yeah. I'm shocked.
Just in our view of what is the battlefield right now, do we see how they got in here? Is the door open? Is
No.
there any indication?
It's
Given
place
that
is
they're,
closed.
I'm going to make an assumption and say demons. I'd bet summoned in. So we've got a wizard being a tricksy.
You wanted to say a bad word.
No gamer words. Can't say gamer words.
Boris, one of these centaur-like things facing in your direction is it's like doing an action, a spell cast, or whatever, and it is throwing a lightning lance at you.
Oh,
Whoa.
that doesn't sound good.
So
You're going to be
making
Thor in the morning.
a dexterity saving throw.
Do good, just like the rest of us. Just like the rest of us.
Okay, yeah, that's a natural 7 for a 14.
Okay, and the DC was a 15.
Oh. Never tell me the odds.
Please do. It lets me know what I need to beat.
4, 5, 6. I need
My D8s are primed to roll low. Do you want these?
yeah, I need 2.
There you go. There's
So,
2.
got them. So the 2 green ones. All right, damage coming up.
That's a lot of dice.
Is that a 1 or a
They
7?
did roll kind of low, so that's 10, 22 points of damage.
They rolled exactly
I'm just gonna hang on to
I'm
that
gonna need
for a minute.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna need this too?
I'm going to need them whenever it comes to my turn.
Okay, gotcha. All right, then
I do also plan on doing damage at some point.
the other one is closing, Boris, and is engaging you in an attack.
Okay.
And it has a multi-attack. It actually has so as it's coming at you, you're that it is definitely on the large side as this thing's attacking you.
Yay.
And its first attack,
a
armor
little
class
heavy set.
currently.
20.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we were getting ready to
Got
leave.
gear up.
Yeah, right.
All right, so which die?
I'm glad of that.
I'm going the one with the red
You're-
numbering on
Yeah,
it.
because that one's going to roll like 3s the entire time. It's going to be
Right, so-
glorious.
12.
Oh,
It rolls
more
a 20. Exactly. Its first attack is a 2d4 plus 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Not a falchion, I'm guessing?
8. This was hooves.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. That was claws. That was
Oh,
claws.
okay.
Next attack is hooves, and it misses by 2.
Ooh.
And
Missed it
then
by that
its
much.
last one is its serrated tail.
Ooh.
Yikes.
So I was
Guys all
whipping
over
that
the place.
forward, rolls a natural 18 for
Oh.
big numbers.
Yeah, I bet.
And here's the hurdy one. These 2
Oh, darn.
plus 5.
Oh, no.
Oh, darn.
19 points of damage. That's
Ow.
2d10 plus 5.
That's a lot
Gamer
of damage.
words.
Counting them down, that was both at 11 and 9. Boris, I
Oh,
think
wait a minute. What about my bird?
I forgot all about your bird.
My
What's
bird's
its in
at
it?
15.
Oh, then it should have gone first. So,
Hey.
And
We'll keep-
technically, it should have saved against the rock shriek if it's staying nearby.
that's a good point.
Oh, the vulture demon shriek.
Well, I guess
I don't know their
it
rocks.
may move. We'll find out.
All right, so if we want to back that up to 15 for a moment, what is your bird doing?
My bird is going to fly at the eyes of whichever one is closest
Ooh.
All right, so that sounds like it's going to be in the area of effect when the thing does its thing. So, but fly in the eyes to what effect?
to try to blind it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so it is like floating around the eyes right in the area of this thing's head, and the rock did its screech in the next moment, and so your bird needs to make a saving throw as well.
What is the constitution of a hawk?
Not great, I bet.
It has a 13 minus 1, so
Oh.
it scored a 12.
It's stunned, and apparently then falls to the ground. So it takes 5 points of damage.
Okay, so my hawk is gone.
Oh. That was fast.
One less thing to keep track of, I guess. And you can just summon again in like an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so then
Assuming we live.
Boris, you're at 7.
Yes, I am. And my instinct is attack, but wow. That round hurt. I'm instead casting protection from evil on myself.
Okay. Then Stellan and Jacob. Jacob, you're next then?
Yep. I am the one that attempted to stun me. I'm going to use my brand new, nice strung bow, and I'm going to shoot it in the face.
Okay, and this is a large creature,
Oh, cool.
just if you want to use that way.
Oh, may as well. I'll go for for that. I will use a bonus action to mark it as my quarry with Hunter's Mark.
Okay, we'll
I will-
call that Vrock 1.
I will there you go, cast that spell right there. Cool. And I'm going to take a shot at it. Ooh, 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. All right, so cast Hunter's Mark. It is, for no reason, it's not below its hit point maximum, correct?
Correct.
All right, so that's that. Up from a D8 to a D10. There we go. Ah, yeah, okay. 9 plus 7. 16 points of damage.
Nice hit.
Cool. And the next attack, owl. Do I have to say that it's owl arrows, or is it kind of like assumed at this point? I didn't say it.
Wait, you should say it in case you
Okay.
have, for any
So-
reason to do something else.
Or you run
This
out.
one. This one's an
Yeah.
owl feather. So the next one, Oh no, has a 14.
On the to hit,
Yeah.
misses. Yeah, misses by like 5%.
Oh yeah. So if I use another charge and it's actually a 15, would that hit?
You said he can do it.
I
yeah.
see you did it after the dice. Yeah, so you missed it actually by 1.
So yeah, I will use the other charge and actually hit it.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like legendary resistance, but attack rolls.
That's awesome. And I do that because it is actually below its hit point maximum now
Now it is.
for more damage than the last one. 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 7 is 18 points of damage.
Good grief! Wow, big hits.
Yeah. And now he's ready to be hit with advantage next time.
So that was 34 points of damage.
That tracks.
All that fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And then Zelen, you're like almost simultaneously.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic, which choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of the 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling the DC. I'm rolling the save against that DC.
If it's a spell that summoned it, then I guess if it's over 4th level, she rolls a spellcasting check, and if she beats the DC that's set by the level of the spell, then it just disappears.
Okay, so then you roll that, and what pluses does she have on that roll?
It's her spellcasting.
Okay.
That's her wisdom.
Yeah. Which one are you targeting?
I rolled a 1. Doesn't matter.
Oh, natural 1.
Yeah,
I dropped my brain.
Okay. Okay, so it flinches for a second, but it is still there. All right, that was then back to the top of the round. Vrock won. So the Vrock is now releasing a spore cloud in the direction of Zelen. Let's see. A 15-foot cloud of toxic spores extends out from the Vrock. The spores spread around the corners. Each creature in that area must make a con save or be poisoned. So, make a Constitution save, Zelen.
Spore cloud. That's no big deal. I can do
One
that.
again.
You need a new die.
That is a new die.
Your energy is not with it. Let's see. You're taking a 1d10 poison damage at the start of each turn that you're in that area.
Well, she's not starting her turn.
Oh, so I guess.
Target. So, when it gets down to her round, she takes the damage?
Yeah, so I guess.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so nothing happens at the moment.
So she's poisoned, which means she's got disadvantage on stuff. Yeah, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Ooh,
Okay, there you are.
That's not fun.
And the other one, also at 11, is doing the same thing to Jacob.
Gosh. Okay, what kind of roll was it? Constitution?
A con save.
Other end of the spectrum.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Oh, very good. So I guess that means that you are not poisoned. Let's see, a target can read the same through the turn. Save through there. But I guess if you start the turn in that area, it stays in that area.
No, it doesn't linger. It happens, and then it's done.
I guess, or does it? I don't know how the spell works.
It's not. It's one, a racial effect, and two,
Okay,
it's not an ongoing effect. It's
Okay,
a one-off.
gotcha.
Oh, okay.
All right, so well done. You went like... and
Released a spore cloud of your own.
Exactly.
Really?
Canceled it out.
I fart as hard as I can.
Spore cloud, meet Dutch oven.
All right, so that was its round, and then down at 9, the
They didn't even beat us by that much.
Yeah, right.
no, and they really didn't. They didn't roll that well either. All right, so then the one Armanite, I'll have the one that attacked you second, attacking you first this time, Boris.
So
Okay.
they're called Armanites. I'm just
It
going to write
is a-
that down.
Disadvantage because I've got protection from evil going.
Oh,
Good job.
I hate disadvantage.
I hate being
You-
at 17 hit points.
you-
so
You do wow.
I'd say
you,
bite me, but you did.
you
Actually,
do
no,
this
you stabbed me
so
with your
much for
tail.
All right, so we'll do the hoof attack first. Disadvantage. All right. So where's that good D20? It's in
Yeah.
my hand already.
Yeah, the one
All right.
I've got.
So if it's two
Ooh.
natural ones, that means he misses both attacks, right?
Oh, he's got 3.
The lower one is 6 plus 8 is a 14.
Misses.
Misses. Then it's claws, again at disadvantage. Well, this is a great thing you got that spell up.
Yeah, I agree.
I roll a 6 and a 4, so they both would have missed any old way. And then the last one is the serrated tail. He tries to whip that and hit you. And again, the lower one is a modified 12. So
Good spell.
But
Yeah.
it is like you can feel it like abrading and dragging at your armor each time you're doing one of these attacks. The other one is it's going to move up, and it's also attacking you.
Okay.
They got 2 of them right there next to you.
Yay!
And again, at disadvantage, but I'm going to roll both of these. Are going to be nice big numbers. And they are.
Wow.
Wow.
A 7.
I'm glad I avoided that crit, though.
Yeah, it was a 20 and a 17 natural. So, yeah, it was the lesser of those two.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that was the first one. Hooves, that was a 2d6 plus 5. So that's 11 points of damage.
Ow.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
And then I rolled
Glad I dodged that crit, too.
another natural 20, but a 2 for the other one this time. So, yeah, at disadvantage is the 2. Yeah, dodge 2 crits. And then the last, a 17, a 10, 10 modified with theirs is still a miss. So,
Okay.
So they're up close with you and Boris.
Okay, yeah. Attacking first one, and I've got Sacred Weapon going, which gives me an additional +4, netting me a total of +13. Yeah, I will need those
I'm
in a
just
second.
assuming you're smiting, so I'm just going to put these right
Oh, yeah,
here.
definitely. First attack's a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Second attack is a 21.
They both hit.
Nice. I am spending a second level spell slot to smite with both of those attacks.
All right.
Because who needs second level spells?
Well,
What is D20?
And I wouldn't hold back now.
They just to confirm, they are fiends, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, these are large fiends.
Nice. That is a total of 4d8 smiting. Yeah, 2d8. Yeah, that's for the sword.
Oh, I got you. Okay. 5d8.
Yeah. Yeah, 3d8 from the smite and then additional d8 because they're fiends.
Yahtzee.
Better be. Okay.
Hey.
That is 15 slashing and then 17 radiant.
Nice. Wow.
For the first attack,
I was
then
gonna say,
for
what are you
the
handing this back
second.
for?
Yeah, right. 16 slashing and 18 more radiant.
Good grief.
On
10,
the same
20,
one, yeah.
30, 40, 50, 62, 63, 64, 65. That was 66 points of damage.
Had I done that to myself, I would have dropped myself to 0.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's just...
No, exactly. I start with, I've got a max of 66 hit
Oh,
points.
man. I've got 52.
Wow, it is...
What's your con?
3 plus 3.
It is shatteringly shaken. That was...
Dang it. I thought you were going to say shatteringly shattered.
What its hit point total was and what you just brought it to, that is really incredible. Like Fred is looking at Bill right now, and they're like, Jesus, Fred, what happened to you? That was just really, really harsh.
Boris, am concerned.
Yeah, Boris should be concerned, but man, they are concerned now too. Zelen at 6.
Aw.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did say Jacob is faster.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm always like ladies first.
All right. Going with advantage because I'm shooting the same guy.
All right.
Glad I did. Natural 1, but a 14 on the other one. 25.
Hits.
Cool. And then, all right. That's that. Okay. Colossus Slayer. There we go. That's what it is. Grabbing the wrong dice. All right. 5, 10, 17 points of damage on that one. And do it all over again.
Did you use an owl arrow on that neck?
Well, yeah, I switched over to start using those because I forgot to say that at the beginning. So I started using the owl arrows after I made sure to mention the owl arrows.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
26 to hit on that one.
Definitely hits.
And, 10, 13, 20 points of damage.
Wow.
Still alive?
Yeah.
It's still alive?
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it is looking really, really bad right now, but it is definitely still alive. All right. Then Zelen also at 6.
Okay, so I'm gonna try the dispel magic again.
If you knock one of these out, like, if it took 2 turns, you're still being more effective than we are.
19.
Plus your wisdom.
Plus my wisdom
Be like a plus 5 or something.
is plus 5.
Yeah.
So 24.
That is so cool. Zelen, I didn't even anticipate that when it came to the combat, that you made it. And that rock, as a summon thing, you dispelled the spell, it's gone.
Do the other ones, because they're mentally talking to each other, does that frighten the other ones?
Just completely decimate their morale.
Well,
like-
I mean,
They're demons. I'm not sure they work like that.
But
Yeah,
they
we
were-
gave them names
they
like
were
Bob and
talking to
Fred.
each other.
I was just doing I just did a quick check to see if that would affect them in combat in some way. Nope. It wouldn't. But that's a neat thing to
the
check
benefits
for.
of being chaotic
And
evil.
I still have a move action, right?
Yes, you do.
So I'm going to try to get down the stairs because it gets me away from that poison cloud, and maybe I can come help Boris.
Okay, your poison cloud's gone. I was mistaken that it lingers there. But
Oh, yay.
yeah. But
the effect lingers. You need at the end of your turn, you'll make another saving throw.
Okay.
which will actually be your first saving throw for
this is
the
true, yeah.
thing. Yeah. So because I forgot about that at the start of her round.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we still have to do that. So go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and make your save.
And that's
was
the same 20, right?
Yeah. So you take D10 poison damage when you started your turn. At the end of your turn, you can make a save.
Okay.
okay. So here's the D10 poison damage for you is 3. You take 3 points.
Here's my save. 8 plus anything?
Your
Your con adjustment.
yeah.
8 plus 3, so that's 11.
Yeah. So you failed it.
Okay.
So you take that damage.
That means I take that damage.
Well, you take that damage regardless.
Oh, and you're still
the saving throw is to end the effect.
Oh, so
So
then I
the
have to do it again.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
wherever
the
you,
effect
wherever
is
you go.
ongoing, and
yeah,
at the
it's
start
not
of
the
your
effect's
next
on
turn,
me.
you'll take
Okay.
the D10.
But you have to put yourself. You're probably like somewhere on the stairs. By the end of your move, you could be as far as really about the bottom of the stairs, like on that level, and you can see right in the doorway into the parlor you guys always use are these 2 centaur-like monsters, and they're both just nonstop, just like
Yeah.
like dervishes attacking Boris. Yeah, but that's splash 1 Varrock. It is just gone.
She's been more effective than both of us so far.
Top of the round, the Varrock on Jacob. It comes in close to attack, and it's attacking you physically instead of with its any other kind of ability of some sort or another.
Ooh.
So multi-attack. It has a beak and talons. First up is going to be the beak attack.
Is it still able to, in close quarters, continue flying, or does it have to land near me?
It does not have to land near you. It makes a 16 and misses you.
Okay.
And then on its talon attack, it rolls a 10 and misses you definitely.
Ooh.
Must be the balustrade getting in the way or something.
Must be.
Must be the stupid
Or the
balustrade.
magic armor he's wearing.
Probably the magic armor. All right. And then we're at 9 on Boris.
There's 9 on you?
You're right. So the first
Feels that
one,
way. There's at
And-
least 3, judging by the number of attacks versus how many attacks I can make.
it rolls a 10. With disadvantage, it rolls a 3. And with disadvantage, it rolls...
2 9s.
Yeah, 2 9s. Would have been the same, but either one of those 9s would have missed. The first one attacking you all 3 rounds again, and you can probably hear it like in your teeth.
Yeah, skittering off shield. Yeah,
yeah, it's just
I am aware of the
just-
amount of
That
blood
is a
I've lost.
going by you.
Great spell.
So
Yeah.
it is. It really is. Disadvantage for the second Armenites. First attack is an 11. Disadvantage for the next one is I rolled a 1 and a 19. So I'll tell you what, disadvantage, it's been a saving grace for you the whole time through.
Oh yeah.
And a 4 and a 3, so terrible. I just saw the 20 pop up. I bumped another die. Wasn't even my attack die. I was like, 20! Oh, no. So
If that's
again,
only-
and where are you hit point wise?
6
At-
of 66.
Wow.
You're at 6 hit points?
Yeah.
All right, so that
yeah,
was...
I am 1 lucky hit away.
and
So
Boris, you are up
am
at 7.
tense. Yeah. First attack. How's a 16 versus armor class?
Hits it.
Nice.
Hits it, I think exactly. Double check there. Armor armor class is a 16.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Spending one of my first level slots to smite because I'm out of second level. And that is 12 slashing and 10 radiant.
All right, so it had 18 hit points. You did 22 points of damage. It's down to
Nice.
that place.
Second attack at the other one for a 25 versus armor class.
Definitely hits.
Nice. Spending a spell slot to smite.
Keep
I'm going
it.
to keep that.
Good throw.
That's 11 slashing and 17 radiant.
All right, so, and taken. This is its first time it's been injured. It was
Nice.
at 29 points of damage on those 2 hits. Let me do some math real quick. Yeah, great hits. Yeah, great hits. Jacob.
Cool. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back so as to not provoke an attack of opportunity. Oh no!
Wrong edition, bud.
I know. All right, I'm
But
at
what do you-
disadvantage firing into melee,
Okay.
Mhm.
but I have advantage on it because of the howl arrows.
So then for this shot, you're neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your target?
My target is the thing
The rock
attacking
on
me.
you? Okay, I was
The
sure
rock
if you're
on me.
like shoot past the thing, like while they're attacking you, and shoot the thing.
They don't know
that's-
what hit points
that's,
I'm at, so they
that's very true.
shouldn't
Yeah,
act on
yeah.
that knowledge.
True.
Ooh. Okay. 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Cool. All right. I'll spend another one of those things just to up it to a D10 and then do all that other regular normal damage. There we go. Ooh, worth it. Okay. 11, 15, 22 points of damage.
It takes the damage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the last one, again, the advantage is canceling out. 17 to hit.
You hit.
Oh, good. Okay. And
Yeah,
then,
its armor class is not as good as the Armonites. It's a 15.
okay. I've spent, this would be the 4th charge to do upping the damage dice again
All right.
to a d10. Oh, okay. 4, 8, 12, 21 again. Points of damage.
And that destroys it.
Yes!
Yeah, well done. Yeah, so I guess being summoned things, they don't just die and fall on the
No,
ground.
they
go,
vanish.
and they're just gone.
And they remember us because they're still actually existent in whatever bowels of whichever hell.
And we're
right.
memorable.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I won't forget those guys. So both Vrocks are
When it
splashed.
vanishes, does
One
it
of the
take the
Armonites
arrows
are
with it?
splashed.
Don't say that.
There's one foe, an Armonite, and Zelen, you're up.
Okay, so if I can see Boris, I can see how badly he's damaged. So I'm going to cast a bonus action of Healing Word,
Okay.
All right. And what's the range on that?
60 feet.
You are definitely within 60 feet of him.
Okay, so I'm going to do 3 plus my something,
Wisdom modifier.
plus my wisdom modifier, which is 5, so 8 points.
Nice. Gladly take
More
it.
than doubled what you had a moment
Yeah,
ago.
honestly.
Yeah, that was something. All right.
And then I'm going to cast Magic Missile. No, I'm not. I changed my mind.
Okay.
I'm going to try to dispel the other one.
Okay.
Right on.
How many of those you got?
This is my last one.
All right.
Oh,
my
my
God.
God.
She critically made it go away.
So natural 20 plus my wisdom is the
25.
wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
So it's 25.
And it's gone.
She was the most effective in this combat.
She did take, though, 5 points of poison damage and needs to make a saving throw to
That's
end
right. You
that
still
effect.
do. Another
yeah.
another save. Or it's going to linger.
19.
there you
Oh,
go.
you make it.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
you still took the damage at the start of your turn, but
Right.
you're not taking any more ongoing damage.
Okay.
All of you feel this like surge of energy that you realize that you have greater capacity. You've leveled up.
Nice.
Once more.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank
And
you.
And then as everyone comes into, the servants come in, Carl Woodvane comes back in, they're stunned. They're like, wow, how can this be? How can this be the case that that something can be summoned into this place? Carl Woodvane, he's talking more to you, Jacob, than to anyone else. He says, it must be that the Rhazia Wizards have found a way to summon into this building, which is unheard of heretofore.
It seems like when they were saying these buildings must be protected, they weren't able to see us from the Eye of Bravis, they said.
But who knows what they could be doing now. And then, just then, there is a boom, boom, boom. Something pounds on the door.
I want to roll an insight.
On who? On what?
I want to know, are the people here, do any of them look guilty? Like, are they looking at the door like they expected that knock on the door? Could any of them have been
Okay,
used
sure,
to
yeah, go
summon
ahead and
these
roll that.
things? 18.
Yeah, honestly, what you see in the face of these people is just fear.
Okay.
They look like they were, that if any of these could summon it, they'd have to be hiding it really, really well.
Okay.
That you think that they were just completely surprised, caught off guard by this, that they're still talking to each other. They're like, this is supposed to be safe, the safest place there is in the entire city. How could something come into us right here like this? So,
Okay.
no, they seem pretty much like legit that way.
So with the knocking on the door, I'm going to maneuver over to the door, not open it yet. Take an action to use lay on hands on all 35 of those hit points. There's a lot. Then yelling through the door, declare yourself.
We thought there was magic taking place, devastating magic. We came to help. We are the Rhazia Wizards.
Thank you for listening. I'm Natalie, the voice of Zelen, obviously the group's newbie. Support our podcast and my D&D education at subscribestar.com/the-empires-edge. We love listener feedback. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Empire's Edge.